Hi, it's Sue with today's Bible reading for February 17th, and I'm reading Numbers chapter 14 and 15 today. Please feel free to comment your thoughts about today's word. Verse 1. All the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. All the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. The whole congregation said to them, "We wish that we had died in the land of Egypt, or that we had died in this wilderness. Why does Yahweh bring us to this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and our little ones will be captured or killed. Wouldn't it be better for us to return to Egypt?" They said to one another, "Let's choose a leader and let's return to Egypt." So remember, this was right after, I think yesterday, we left off right when they had come to the Jordan and sent the 10 spies in to spy out the land. And they came back with a report of what they found in that land. And part of that report was that there are giants in the land. And so naturally, the people are very concerned about that. They can't imagine going in there. Even though God said, "Go and I'll give you the victory." Now they've got a choice. They can trust God, or they can go by their own knowledge and understanding, or they can trust God that what he said he was going to be faithful to do, or they can rely on their own understanding. So out of the million or so, however many people there were, obviously there's a faction that is just can't see it. They're skeptical, they're afraid, they want to protect their family, they're mad, everything you could expect in a community of people, all the various reactions. So this one faction said, "Let's choose a leader and return to Egypt." Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly of the congregation, the children of Israel. Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh, who were those who spied out the land, tore their clothes. So remember, Joshua and Caleb were the ones that said, "Let's do it. We can take these guys." Of the 10 spies, these two were full of faith. They were willing to trust God and go in and secure the land. Verse 7. They spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, "The land which we passed through to spy out is an exceedingly good land. If Yahweh delights in us, he will bring us into the land to give it to us, a land which flows with milk and honey. Only don't," wait a minute, my book's messing up. There we go. "Only don't rebel against Yahweh, neither fear the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is removed from over them. Yahweh is with us. Don't fear them." But all the congregation threatened to stone them with stones. Yahweh's glory appeared in the tent of the meeting to all the children of Israel. Yahweh said to Moses, "How long will this people despise me? How long will they not believe in me for all the signs which I am working among them? I will strike them with pestilence and disinherit them. I will make of you a nation greater and mightier than they." Moses said to Yahweh, "Then the Egyptians will hear it, for you brought up this people in your might from among them. They will tell it to the inhabitants of this land. They have heard that you, Yahweh, are among this people, for you, Yahweh, are seen face to face, and your cloud stands over them, and you go before them in a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Now if you killed these people as one man, then the nations will have heard the fame of you, who have heard the fame of you will speak, saying, 'Because Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he swore to them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness.' Now please let the power of the Lord be great, according as you have spoken, saying, 'Yahweh is slow to anger and abundant in loving kindness, forgiving iniquity and disobedience, and he will by no means clear the guilty, visiting iniquity on the fathers on the children, on the third and on the fourth generation. Please pardon the iniquity of this people according to the greatness of your loving kindness, and just as you have forgiven this people from Egypt even until now.'" So let's look at this. Excuse me. So here we have the prayer of Moses. And I think I said before, I want to take all the prayers in the Bible and put them in one book. Maybe somebody already wrote a book like that. But I love this. This is Moses' prayer before God. And in prayer, you can really see his heart and his humility. And here he is rehearsing God's own word in God's ears. He says, "God, you said this, you said that. You said that you're slow to anger and abundant loving kindness," and so forth. So he's reminding God of his promise. He's interceding for the people. And it's crazy because if he would have just let God kill them, Moses and I guess Joshua and Caleb and them could have gone in and had this life. But instead, he's interceding for them, and they're going to end up having to spend 40 more years in the wilderness. And you're going to see ultimately it costs Moses the ability to even go into the promised land. But Moses, because he has this beautiful heart of a pastor, he can't do that. He's got to intercede for the people. I mean, think about it. He's been carrying them all this way, shepherding them all this time. His heart has grown toward the people, and he can't let them go. So he asked him, and he said, God, for your sake, for your reputation's sake, please don't do this. So verse 20, Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to your word, but in very deed, as I live, and as the earth shall be filled with Yahweh's glory, because all those men who have seen my glory and my signs, which I worked in Egypt and in the wilderness, yet have tempted me these 10 times, and have not listened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swore to their fathers, neither shall any of those who despise me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and has followed me fully, him will I bring into the land into which he went. His offspring shall possess it. Since the Amalekite and the Canaanite dwell in the valley, those are the giants, tomorrow turn and go into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation that complain against me? I have heard the complaints of the children of Israel which they complain against me. Tell them, as I live, says Yahweh, surely as you have spoken in my ears, so I will do to you. Your dead bodies will fall in this wilderness, and all who were counted of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, who have complained against me, surely you shall not come into the land concerning which I swore that I would make you dwell therein, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But I will bring in your little ones that you said should be captured or killed, and they shall know the land which you have rejected. But as for you, your dead bodies will fall in the wilderness. Your children shall be wanderers in the wilderness 40 years, and shall bear your prostitution, until your dead bodies are consumed in the wilderness. After the number of days in which you spied out the land, even 40 days, for every day a year you will bear the iniquities, even 40 years, and you will know, excuse me, you will know my alienation. I, Yahweh, have spoken. I will surely do this to all the evil congregation who are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. The men whom Moses sent to spy out the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up an evil report against the land, even those men who brought up an evil report of the land, died by the plague before Yahweh. But Joshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh remained alive of those men who went to spy out the land. Moses told those words to all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. They rose up early in the morning and went up to the top of the mountain, saying, Behold, we are here, and we will go to the place which Yahweh has promised, for we have sinned. Moses said, Why now do you disobey the commandment of Yahweh, since it shall not prosper? Don't go up, for Yahweh isn't among you. That way you won't be struck down before your enemies. For there the Amalekite and the Canaanite are before you, and you will fall by the sword, because you turned back from following Yahweh. Therefore Yahweh will not be with you. But they presumed to go up to the top of the mountain. Nevertheless, the ark of Yahweh's covenant and Moses didn't depart out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites who lived in that mountain, and struck them and beat them down, even to Hormah. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, When you have come into the land of your habitations, which I give you, and will make an offering by fire to Yahweh, a burnt offering or a sacrifice to accomplish a vow, or as a freewill offering, or in your set feasts, to make a pleasant aroma to Yahweh of the herd or of the flock, then he who offers his offering shall offer to Yahweh a meal offering of 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil. You shall prepare wine for the drink offering, 1/4 of a hin with the burnt offering, and for the sacrifice for each lamb. For a ram you shall prepare for a meal offering 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with the 1/3 part of a hin of oil. And for the drink offering you shall offer a 1/3 part of a hin of wine of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. When you prepare a bull for a burnt offering, or for a sacrifice to accomplish a vow, or of a peace offering to Yahweh, then he shall offer with the bull a meal offering of 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with half of a hin of oil, and you shall offer for the drink offering half of a hin of wine, for an offering made by fire of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. Thus it shall be done for each bull, for each ram, and for each of the male lambs, or of the young goats. According to the number that you shall prepare, so you shall do to every one according to their number. All who are native born shall do these things in this way, in offering an offering made by fire of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh. If a stranger lives as a foreigner with you, or whoever may be among you throughout your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire of a pleasant aroma to Yahweh, as you do, so he shall do. For the assembly there shall be one statute for you, and for the stranger who lives as a foreigner, a statute forever throughout your generations. As you are, so the foreigner shall be before Yahweh. One law, one ordinance shall be for you and for the stranger who lives as a foreigner with you. In other words, he's saying the Hebrews and the non-Hebrews who were following Yahweh, the Gentiles, everybody following the same ordinances. 17. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, When you come into the land where I bring you, then it shall be that when you eat of the bread of the land, you shall offer up a wave offering to Yahweh. Of the first of your dough, you shall offer up a cake of a wave offering. As the wave offering of the threshing floor, you shall heap of it. Of the first of your dough, you shall give to Yahweh a wave offering throughout your generations. When you err and don't observe all these commandments which Yahweh has spoken to Moses, even all that Yahweh has commanded you by Moses, from the day that Yahweh gave commandment and onward through your generations, then it shall be, if it was done unwittingly, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bull for a burnt offering, for a pleasant aroma to Yahweh, with its meal offering and its drink offering, according to a goat, for a sin offering. No, according to the ordinance, and one male goat for a sin offering. The priest shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and they shall be forgiven. For if it was an error, and they have brought their offering, an offering made by fire to Yahweh, and their sin offering before Yahweh for their error, all the congregation of the children of Israel shall be forgiven, as well as the stranger who lives as a foreigner among them. For with regard to all the people, it was done unwittingly. If a person sins unwittingly, then he shall offer a female goat, a year old, for a sin offering. The priest shall make atonement for the soul who errs when he sins unwittingly before Yahweh. He shall make atonement for him, and he shall be forgiven. You shall have one law for him who does anything unwittingly, for him who is native born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger who lives as a foreigner among them. But the soul who does anything with a high hand, whether he is native born of a foreigner, blasphemes. Let me start that over. But the soul who does anything with a high hand, whether he is native born or foreigner, blasphemes Yahweh. That soul shall be cut from among his people, because he has despised Yahweh's word and has broken his commandment. That soul shall be utterly cut off, his iniquity shall be on him. While the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. Those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. They put him in custody because it had not been declared what should be done to him. Yahweh said to Moses, The man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones outside the camp. All the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him to death with stones as Yahweh commanded. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and tell them that they should make themselves fringes on the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put fringes of each border a cord of blue. It shall be for you a fringe, that you may see it and remember all Yahweh's commandments and do them, and that you don't follow your own heart and your own eyes, after which you used to play the prostitute, so that you may remember and do all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Yahweh your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Yahweh your God. That's the end of today's reading. Again, feel free to comment and check the description for some helpful links and an email address where you can get your free 1-year Bible. God bless you. Shalom.